I just got lipstick on a book. Hey friends, welcome. Today I am really excited for this video because I am very excited for spooky season. I had a okay summer, mostly work, but I am just so excited for the fall. I haven't been excited for the fall like this in so long. Usually I don't want the summer to end, but this year I want fall and I can't wait for it. So with that in mind, I put together a dark academia TBR. These are books that I'm reading in September, October, and some of them in November. Some of them don't have like a time slot yet, but they're all books that I really do want to read. And since I love the dark academia topic, especially in books and movies, I wanted to make a video featuring all the dark academia books that I am currently or going to be reading. The first one of these is a self-published one. It is the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This has to do with 6 recruits into the Alexandrian Society that have a year to show what they can do, what they can accomplish, and what they can contribute to the society. Either spatial, elemental, anything kind of more on the magical side of things is something that they could possibly contribute to the society. And at the end of this year, 5 of them are chosen to remain. So this is a rival story. 6 of them go in for the year of initiation, but only 5 of them make it and 1 gets eliminated. It seems really cutthroat, it seems really dark and magical and amazing. I'm pretty sure that the contributions that they're supposed to make are supposed to be magical, so I am here for it. And I'm reading this one in September. It doesn't seem too horrendously long, and there are some images in here too. Oh, I love a good book with imagery. Look at that. That is really cool. But I have been excited. I have heard so much buzz about this book and it is supposed to be really, really good. So definitely be on the lookout for this one in an upcoming wrap up. And if any of you have read this, please let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. So this next one is one that's been on my TBR for too long, but we're finally gonna get to it in October. I'm pretty sure, so I'm really excited. And this one is the 9th House for Leigh Bardugo. Originally, I didn't want to read this one until I had read all her Grishaverse YA books, but it's spooky season and I need to read this, and it's super beautiful and I have a feeling that I'm really gonna love it. I put this in my 5-star predictions video that was released a couple weeks ago, and I can't wait to get to this in October. I think it's gonna be a really fun read and definitely up my alley. Apparently this is not a standalone. I thought for the longest time that this book was a standalone, but I am mistaken. It is the first in, I guess, what will be a series, but the sequel just hasn't been released yet. And we follow Alex, who is a dropout, and she gets accepted into the freshman Yale class and gets tasked with monitoring the mysterious and secret activities of Yale's notorious secret societies. And there is a murder mystery on campus that I think she has to solve, or something along those lines. It's very magically, it's very secretive, it's very mysterious, it's very dark, and I've heard really good things. There are some mixed reviews on this, but I just have a feeling that I'm gonna really love it. And if you missed my 5-star predictions videos, which this is in, and you like those videos, definitely check it out. I will link it down below. All right, this next one is one that I don't know when I'm reading, but it's been on my list for a while and I have a copy of it. I have heard, again, mixed reviews about this one, but more often than not, they've been pretty decent. I don't know much going into it besides the fact that it is a magical school where you basically could die at any moment and you have to really watch your back. And we follow someone who isn't as popular and maybe doesn't have as many people that can help her watch her back. And so she gets into danger more than others might get into. So this is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novak, and this is lesson 1, it says, or book 1 in the Scholomance series. I think this is supposed to be a trilogy, I don't know, or at least it's gonna be a series at the very least. I think the second one in this one is out or coming out really soon, but I haven't read the first one, so I haven't even looked up anything on the second one. But either way, I'm really intrigued to see how I feel about this one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna love it, mostly because I have heard a lot of mixed reviews, and I've heard that this can get a little problematic, but I still want to check it out for myself and see if I agree with that and see if I also find it to be kind of mixed, kind of problematic, so we'll see. I have heard other folks read this and say they didn't find it problematic, and so I don't know where I'm going to fall in line with, but either way, this is on the list because I have it and I want to read it, and if I don't like it, you're going to see it in an unhaul video, so this remains to be seen. If you read this though and you enjoyed it, or if you read it and you hated it, let me know down below. This is another one that I would love some advice on, and to see who has read it and who enjoyed it versus who didn't enjoy it. So this next one, actually, I just got in an Illumicrate box, and I had never heard of it before. Illumicrate gave it to me in their Dark Academia box. But it sounds so good, and the book itself that they gave us is so beautiful. And it's called The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovalino. And I don't know if this is her debut novel or not, but it's a beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous book. I mean, I just love everything about it, and I think she's beautiful even when she's naked. Yes, look at her naked, and look at her end papers. Like, I just really want to love this book because it's so satisfying to have a book that you love. It's a special edition, and I'm really hopeful that this will be one of them. And this one is about Tess and Elliot. They stumble upon an ancient book hidden in a secret tunnel beneath their school library. They accidentally release a devil from this book-bound prison, and he'll stop at nothing to stay free. He'll manipulate all the ink in the library books to do his bidding. He'll murder in the stacks, and he'll bleed into every inch of Tess's life until his freedom is permanent. Forced to work together, Tess and Elliot have to find a way to re-trap the devil before he kills everyone they know and love, including increasingly each other. And compared to what the devil has in store for them, school stress suddenly doesn't seem so bad after all. So this seems like a really cute YA kind of romance subplot fantasy Dark Academia novel. I'm really excited for this one. It's like an Inception book prison novel, and I really hope I love it because it's gorgeous, and it just sounds like something that I would really enjoy and something that is going to be really fun to read, even if it's not like a super serious epic fantasy. So I'm excited. If y'all have heard of this before or have read this, let me know, because for me it was brand new when I received it in my Illumicrate box. And the fifth one that I have is one that I wanted to read, and it's kind of like an epic fantasy Dark Academia novel, and it's going to be a very long series from what I've heard of, and I talk about it all the time. I talk about reading it all the time and reviewing it, and I still haven't gotten to it, but hopefully I can get to it this spooky season because it sounds hella good. And that is Master of Sorrows by Justin T. Call. I even have the second one of this, which came out this year, because I just want to have them all in this beautiful hardback covers, because I have a feeling I'm really gonna love this, but I haven't read it yet. So if you've been here for a while, you're probably really sick of hearing me talk about it. But it's basically a Dark Lord origin story, and he goes to an academy to learn his powers. And this, I think at least the first one in the series, is definitely Dark Academia, or Dark Academia-like. So I included this in there. It's not as straightforward as some of the other novels, but it's definitely, I think, one that makes the mark for Dark Academia, and one that's just needing to be read by me because it just sounds so good. So when have you ever come to one of these videos of mine and I said it's gonna be 5, but it really ends up being like 5 plus 1 or 2? This is that same thing. It's definitely 5 plus 1 because I do have a bonus book that I wanted to add to this, and 5 just sounds better than 6, so I thought 5, and then I'll add a little bonus because I heard about this one recently as well, and I heard about it actually on Bookstagram. I was really hoping that this book would be the one included in the Illumicrate box because it is very straightforward Dark Academia as well as The Devil Makes 3, but it was not, and it's still on my list for ones that I want to read, and that is called A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. Now this one was also released early August, and I don't have a copy of it, but I'm really excited. It's basically about a girl whose name is Felicity. She has taken a year off of school, this private school, because her girlfriend mysteriously died, but she's back so that she can graduate, and I guess in her past she was kind of drawn to the dark side of magic, since the school had these 5 Dalloway girls that ended up dying mysteriously, and people think they died because of and through magic. And the synopsis even says witchcraft is woven into Dalloway's history. And the school doesn't talk about it, but everyone else whispers about it, you know, in all the corridors, because it is like, I think, an all-girls school, and witchcraft, you know, witchcraft, all-girls schools, I think that goes really well together. But there is this a new girl. Her name is Ellis Haley, and she's this young prodigy novelist who is super into the occult history at this all-girls school, and Felicity is very drawn to her, so I guess together they look into the Dalloway murders, or the Dalloway deaths of these 5 girls, and I think she gets drawn back into that kind of like dark magic pull that she feels. plus the pull that she feels to Ellis, the new girl. And the synopsis says that Ellis finds Felicity to be the perfect resource for all this dark magical history at the school. So that is really intriguing, and it actually sounds really, really good. It sounds like a really cool kind of sapphic dark academia novel, and I'm tempted to include this in my October reads because if I can get a Kindle copy, it'll be so easy, and I don't think it's very long. Let's see, 384 pages for like a YA new adult novel. I'm here for it, and I cannot wait to read it. I'm hoping that I will read it in the spooky season, and I'm hoping that I'm going to read all of these books in spooky season because it's about time. And who doesn't love to sit down with like a skull or pumpkin candle and read a spooky dark academia read? So if any of these books are on your list for spooky season or just for dark academia in general, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've read them or if you're planning on reading them. And if you have any other books you're thinking of reading that are dark academia that I didn't mention here, let me know in the comments down below. It is one of my favorite genres in the fantasy world to read. I love magic schools, and I love dark magic schools even more, and they're just so fun. So let me know in the comments below if I should add any titles to my Goodreads list. So if you like this video, click that like button. That really does help my channel out a lot. And if you like this content and you want to see more from me, please don't hesitate to click on that subscribe button.